Dear Adobe, I'm a boudoir photographer and I've had just about enough. First, you don't let me use any of your new advanced features because my photo work goes against your terms of service. Second, maybe you look at our work and use our images to train your AIs, or maybe not, depending on what Adobe PR is saying at the time. And third, it just doesn't seem like you care about the creatives that support your business anymore. Hi, my name's Caleb and I'm a boudoir photographer based in Bend, Oregon. I take empowering photos of people who are reclaiming their agency, their identity, their self-love, and their body image. My work is artistic, dramatic, elegant, moody, and yeah, a lot of times it features people who are not wearing many clothes. And due to that, I'm not able to use any of the new tools that you've just released. Even if I just want to use like the generative crop and expand the background of a picture, or use generative fill to replace something unrelated in an image, I can't. I get a warning that says we encountered an issue with your results. Please view our guidelines and try again. Or if you think this was an error, provide feedback. So let's see what those guidelines are. This is from your website. 2. Be respectful and safe. Do not use Adobe's generative AI features to attempt to create, upload, or share abusive or illegal or content that violates the rights of others. This includes but is not limited to the following: pornographic material or explicit nudity, hateful or highly offensive content that attacks or dehumanizes a group based on race, ethnicity, national origin, religion, serious disease or disability, gender, age, or sexual orientation, graphic violence or gore, the promotion, glorification, or threats of violence, illegal activities or goods, self-harm or the promotion of self-harm, depiction of nude minors or minors in a sexual manner, promotion of terrorism or violent extremism, dissemination of misleading, fraudulent, or deceptive content that could lead to real-world harm, or the private information of others. So that's really cool. My work is being put in the same camp as gore and terrorism. Remind me what I'm paying for again? Part of what I'm paying you a monthly subscription for the rest of my life for is the ability to get these new features and software updates. So if you arbitrarily decide that I'm not allowed to use them, why am I paying you? Remind me why I'm not like, sailing the seven seas? I get enough faux moral policing from the social media apps, who constantly suppress my content, which I expect from the puritanical nerds at Meta and TikTok, but my editing software? Really? Now sure, there are workarounds and ways that I can use them, but that's kind of the point. I shouldn't have to work around this. Human bodies are not inherently pornographic, or even sexual. Next, I know that you claim that you're not using the images that we upload to the cloud to train your AIs, but a couple weeks ago you said that you could. Then you had a PR disaster on your hands, and so you said, no, we're totally not. But how could I ever trust that again? My work is incredibly sensitive. I have clients whose images literally cannot touch the internet, and I shouldn't have to worry about data and image security from my editing software. It's weird that I even have to say that. Anything that anybody puts through your software ought to be completely invisible to you. And it's really creepy that it isn't. And I know there's a bigger Section 230 discussion here with SESTA and FOSTA and all of that, but it just sucks that a company to whom we trust so much data and information is even part of that discussion. But that kind of gets to the core of this, doesn't it? That Adobe, you no longer respect the creatives that keep you afloat. The broad perception of Adobe today is that you are just a big, nameless, faceless data mining organization who makes pretty good software, but who is ultimately bent on stealing every crumb of creativity your paying customers have left. And it really sucks. In a recent Petapixel podcast episode, editor-in-chief Jaron Snyder references how his experiences with Adobe have changed over the years. How the PR and marketing people who used to show up at all the events, they're just gone. How the personal touch of a company who was wholly in tune with their user base has just evaporated. And as a longtime Adobe user, I definitely feel that. But what am I gonna do? I have Adobe Lightroom catalogs that go back to 2012. I'm all in on Adobe. I've taken advanced level college courses where we learned this software. There's nowhere viable for me to go, and I shouldn't have to. So Adobe, I'm begging you, fix all of this nonsense. Leave our data alone, stop being so overly puritanical, and start caring about the artists who use your products. Because once your generative AI monstrosity replaces all of us photographers and videographers and editors and illustrators and graphic designers, who will be left to pay your subscription fees? And yeah, it'll be hard for us to figure out how to cancel our subscription, and I think the FTC has something to say to you about that. But once we're out of a job, you will be too.